I'm Sam Otten, and with me is Jason Book, and in this video we're going to be talking about the Star Wars teaser trailer number 2, which was released just a few days ago, so we've had some time to digest it and get our reactions. So, Jason, I'll start with you. What are your initial thoughts on the Star Wars second trailer?
Epic. It was amazing. I thought it was great. They're just really doing things that like the prequels didn't do. It just takes stuff that's already there and really build on it. That opening shot of the Star Destroyer crashed on the desert planet was wicked. So cool. It's like taking something that was a main thing in the Star Wars movie and making it like something that's part of the background and something that like looks like a landscape, like a mountain almost. Very cool. I liked what they did with the characters, with the old characters, with the voiceovers, and what we saw in the few cameos. And I love what they did with the new characters too. It made me really excited, and it looked even better than the teaser trailer. And I think it's in really good hands.
So yeah, I feel pretty good about it. I don't think I had as positive of a reaction as like you did, or it seems like a lot of people are like falling over themselves for this trailer. I agree with you that the opening shot is pretty cool. Like for me, even if it was just that opening shot and then that was it, they just released it online or something. I would
Hmm.
agree that that's pretty awesome. And
Oh
you're right,
yeah.
it gives kind of this sense of like the old coming to the new. It shows the passage
Hmm.
of time. It shows that we've
Yes.
connected to that epic
Yeah.
kind of Empire showdown in the past.
Hmm.
So I thought that was cool. Apparently, if you can believe J.J. Abrams at the Star Wars celebration, it's not actually Tatooine. It's some other planet with some name like Duvek or something. People can
Yeah,
make
I
it
heard
up.
something like that.
But
Yeah.
after that, I just kind of felt like, okay, it's just a mixture of images. And, like,
Hmm.
I've watched it several times, but again, I've just kind of like, okay, there's that image, there's that image, there's that image. We can see some faces a little bit better than in the first teaser trailer,
Yes.
but I still didn't feel like it really gave me anything new to chew on.
Hmm.
The voiceover with Luke. So, do you
That was
take it
cool.
as like was that Luke's metallic hand going on R2, and then did you take that to be Leia's hand? Kind of like you can't see her face, but did you take that to be Leia when they were
Yeah,
talking, saying "My sister has it"?
that's what it seems like. It's
Okay.
interesting because it could go another way, but it really seems like they were setting that up for him being like the Obi-Wan type character, doing the voiceover for the new blood coming in. And it could have
Yeah.
something to do with the bad guy too, because I thought, what a cool twist if the bad guy ends up being Luke's son.
Hmm.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, and it would kind of go with the Star Wars kind of parallelism, right, of the
Mm.
father and the son, and then the
Oh,
father and the
yeah.
son. And Star Wars loves to kind of have things echo through history, you
Yes.
know?
Yes.
So I think, and it does seem pretty obvious that there's going to be some child, either Leia's child or Luke's child. It totally makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
kind of like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So to me, that wasn't like really that surprising that he might be kind of referring to either a son or a nephew or a niece or something. Now,
Hmm.
if it turned out to be bad, well, like going to the dark side, that could be
Oh,
more
yeah.
interesting. But again,
Totally.
I just kind of felt like, oh yeah, here's some stuff that's going to happen. Here's another Tie Fighter flying. Here's the
Oh.
lightsaber again. Here's the Millennium Falcon again. Like I feel like it kind of just mimicked a lot of stuff from the first trailer, like a long
Hmm.
environmental shot to open, then a
Yeah.
mixture of different things, and then you end with the Millennium Falcon flying by.
Hmm.
I will say one shot that I do give some credit to because it did kind of intrigue me was like the Nazi Germany shot with like the
Oh,
stormtroopers in the
yeah.
foreground and then somebody on the stage way in the background.
Hmm.
That one was kind of interesting because that made me just think like, okay, who is running the Empire now? Who's in charge? I've read some of the novels, like the Thrawn trilogy and stuff, where other people take over the Empire and now they are running the show. So there's still
Hmm.
these kind of the Empire villains.
Yeah.
So that one was kind of intriguing. Other
Hmm.
thoughts on the kind of mixture of shots in the middle of the trailer?
I thought it was really good. Like for me, I got a different vibe from it. Maybe I'm kind of reading in between the scenes, but I think that there's an element of story there. Obviously, it's not telling us really what's going on story wise. Like it sounds when I listen to some of the interviews at the celebration that the movie is mostly about these new characters and how they meet each other and have these big adventures. And obviously, the old cast is going to play into that as well. So, but I'd like to see more of that. But I really liked what I saw, and it really felt like old but new for Star Wars,
Mm-hmm.
and I love the weird things like that chrome stormtrooper and
Mm-hmm.
the shot of the bad guy and the BB-8 running around. And to me, like it just really looks promising. And apparently that scene again with the Falcon. See, I didn't get the vibe that they already showed that because apparently that was inside the crash Star Destroyer. They're flying around in that. So
Yeah, it was a new
that's
setting, but it
cool,
was kind of
right?
like at the same point in the trailer, you had the Millennium Falcon kind of flying again.
True.
Yeah, in a new, definitely in a new kind of environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I see what you're saying. Like, it definitely feels like it's in good hands, like you said. It definitely
Hmm.
feels like it's drawing on the originals in terms of style,
Oh yeah.
and practical effects and that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I agree that it looks good, and I like the stuff that they show. I think looks good. But we were just talking about the Batman v Superman trailer, and I just feel like
Hmm.
that one had this depth to it, and it had like these thematic elements that we talked about in our analysis of that trailer
Right.
that I wasn't really getting in Star Wars. Like I wasn't getting like this deep themes that they're exploring, except for maybe family, I
Yes,
guess.
which is big time. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Now the last shot has gotten a lot of attention. So what was your reaction to Han and Chewie right at the end?
It was perfect. It was like just a total echo of that famous still that they always show of Chewbacca and Han Solo. And I thought Chewbacca looked kind of different and strange, but he's only supposed to be 30 years older. But Han Solo really looked a lot older, but they played that well. It was a good choice of dialogue, just saying we're home and stuff. And I obviously want to see more of it in the movie, but. I thought it was like a really nice trailer that hit all the notes I wanted to see, and I was pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I think it was kind of an obvious choice. I mean, I don't know all the lines that Obi-Wan or that Han Solo has, but knowing that that was a line from the movie, it seems pretty obvious to kind of put that in as a trailer because it does have
Hmm.
those overtones.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
I will say, like for me, it wasn't a surprise to see Han Solo because we kind of know from the reports of filming and stuff that he has a larger role, or it seems like he has a larger role than Luke and Leia. Even he's actually in
Mm,
quite a bit of the action and stuff.
right.
So for me, it wasn't like a surprise to see him there. He kind of should be there, I think.
Mm.
And when it it was on black and he says Chewie, and then when it comes up, I will actually say like my reaction the first time and the second time and I think even the third time was like, oh, there's Harrison Ford. Like it to me, it seemed like it's Harrison Ford like
I
visiting the set
guess.
of Star Wars. It
Not
like
to me,
I
yeah.
didn't have enough to like actually like believe that it was Han Solo. I don't think it'll be a problem in the movie though, because
No, you
I
just
think once
have,
the movie gets
yeah.
going, I'll be totally on board with that being Han Solo. But
His first scene of like naysaying some weird Jedi stuff or like putting Leia in her place or, telling C3PO to shut up, like that's totally the character right there, right? You just need that. And really, if you think about it, you got 5 seconds of the character,
yeah,
not even, right?
yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
similar to like when I see trailers for animated movies
Yeah.
and I only see like a little 6 second or
Glimpse.
10 second
Yeah.
clip of somebody's voice in a character, it like doesn't seem to fit. But then when I
Mm.
watch the whole movie from start to finish, I totally get on board with that voice as the character, and I
Yeah,
think
for
that's how
sure.
it'll be here. Like once
Yeah.
I'm watching the movie and he comes in and then it starts happening, he's
Right.
interacting with people, I'm gonna be totally on board with that being Han Solo.
Well, it makes
But
sense
I'll
because he
say like
hasn't.
for me, my reaction was not like
Yeah.
tears coming down my face. My
No, no,
reaction was kind of
no.
like, oh, the Harrison Ford's hanging out on set. It's like,
Right. I totally get that, especially because he hasn't played the character in so many years, right?
yeah.
So that's a big part of it. What did you think of the imagery with like the Vader helmet and the stuff I've read online? Really seems like this bad guy Kylo Ren is like either a disciple of Vader or he's like obsessed and follows him. I think it really cool. It could work well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could be great. I just don't really know yet because, like, the trailers, again, they're not really showing any thematics. They're not really showing anything into his mindset. They're just giving, like, these images of him and that
Yeah.
he looks cool, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, the Vader helmet was a nice touch because
That's
that
crazy.
shows, Vader is not only still around as, like, a memory of these main characters, but Vader might still be around in terms of like this legend or this mythic figure for maybe
Totally.
like the Sith of the time.
Yeah,
So
it's got a lot of potential, that stuff. I think it's cool.
yeah, so um, yeah, I don't mean to be too much of a downer, but to me, I was not as super excited as it seemed like the rest of the internet. The rest of the internet seemed like it went crazy over this thing, and I just wasn't quite seeing it to that extent.
I understand, and maybe the next one will get you more. But I mean, for me, it really hit everything I wanted to see, and I was a little bit sad that I knew he wasn't going to be in it, but I would have liked to see a little bit of Luke or a little bit of Leia, and maybe even a surprise Lando appearance would have really made it for me.
Yeah, we can still look forward to that. Hopefully, I also didn't really like that they used Christmas in like the middle of the trailer. I
Oh, you
thought
mean
that
it says
was
coming this
like,
Christmas? Yeah.
yeah, it's coming
Yeah.
before Christmas, and I feel like that also just kind of, why attach it to a specific religion's holiday or whatever. Like, I think just December makes more sense.
Yeah.
So, but
Well, it's the
that's
first
kind of
Star Wars
nitpicky.
movies to open at Christmas time. It's kind of weird, right?
Yeah, yeah, this will be new territory for Star Wars film,
Hmm.
but I don't think it'll have a problem wherever it opens.
No,
So,
I don't either, and I'm really looking forward to it.
yeah. All right, great. Well, nice talking to you about it.
You too.